able to make it back to our filler pallet. Over here as well, we are now past the 4-minute mark. We only got to keep this thing going for 30 seconds to take the #1 spot from Steve, our former champion. Feeling the pressure, 5.5 minutes into this chase, talking about the juice coming out right now from Rocket here, able to just continue to show nerves of steel, playing so patient. No need to comp drop, no need to pre-drop. Gets done, stupid. Hey, what it do, what it do? It's your boy Q, and welcome back to YouTube. Today I don't have any of our usual competitive DBD action. However, this last week we had our very first edition of Friday Night Fights over on my Twitch channel. Link as always going to be down in the description below. And it was an absolute blast, so I think we're going to be starting to do more and more of these 1v1 events moving forward. I'm thinking maybe every other week. Might even turn into every week, who knows? Really kind of depends on how my body holds up with Dead by OZE League starting up here shortly. But this past event, we saw a Billy, Jackuchan from the Syndicate clan come in and face all competitors. Now, granted, in the future, moving forward, we will be having an NA and an EU option to help with ping discrepancies for our survivors. We even had one lined up as far as for this event, but it was kind of put together last minute. Our EU Billy did have something come up, and honestly, Jackuchan just held it down. If you enjoyed this video, though, do me a huge favor, leave it a like and a comment. Helps us out with that good old YouTube algorithm. Helps us spread the word about how awesome competitive DBD is. Maybe even let me know in the comments down below what kind of killer you would like to see moving forward and some more of these 1v1 events, all right? And don't forget to smack that subscribe button. We are almost at 400 subs over here on our YouTube, where we post everything Dead by Daylight, from comp DBD to fun gameplay and even build and discussional videos as well, all right? But let's be honest, y'all clicked on this video right here for the 1v1s. I condensed this all down to have all of the runs and none of the loading time, when, I feel like that should be worthy of a sub right there, right? but until we catch y'all back over here on the YouTube, man, don't forget, with everything crazy going on in the world today, be true, be you, be sincere, game hard, love harder, all right, y'all? It's your boy Q, signing out. All right, let's go ahead and get things started. First chase of the day, UKNC. We see a lot of people actually tend to work the shack pallet first. Interesting to see UKNC actually avoids that strategy. Now going to be rotating back towards our shack here. Of course, going to be working this thing counterclockwise. Is going to be able to get the slow ball. Now going for the pallet drop here. It looks like we've got a 4-lane right here over in this portion of our map, which should then in turn lead into a filler. So we've got some things that we can work with here. Of course, the bamboozle does take up that window block for about that 20 seconds. Shouldn't even be available while we're inside the actual shack itself. So we're gonna go back over to this filler here. A decent tile to work with, but you gotta remember, low pro being in play here. Oh, UKNC playing things very, very close to the chest. Of course, going to get some big value, proving that life is indeed life. First chase here, already at 1 minute and 5 seconds. Going to be camping out the pallet here. Oh no, allowed the Billy to get just a little bit too far. That's going to be the down. Really good first chase though. 1 minute and 12 seconds here for UKNC. Does look like Jinxie's going to take the position on this side of the shack. Going to go ahead and force Billy across the way. You do have that option as the survivor. There's the start of things. Yeah, and then the alert also is going to help, of course, for anybody wondering why you would use alert as a chase perk. That Billy, are you okay? Yeah, we're over here. Come on, Billy boy. That's going to help as far as keep the aura when low pro kicks in. So kind of some extra info working while in loop. Jinxie here, nice proc of the balance landing here to be able to get some big distance. Now going to be out front of our gas station. Actually going to be moving into the gas station. Should have this window back here. No door. Should be able to make it without a swing at the window. This is going to be the point, though. You will see that bamboozle come into play. Should be able to make the pallet space. Unfortunately, though, there's going to be the low pro hit. First health state change already at this point. Now moving to our pallet that's in the front by the gas pumps. Actually going to be leaving this tile here moving back towards the truck itself. Going to be seeing a nice curve. Would have been able to make a connection with the pallet had that been thrown. Good patience, though, by Jinxie thus far. See, going for the curve. However, Jinxie was able to cause the mind game, able to cause big distance, moving back here to Shaq. Going to be able to use the little table there as well as the generator to be able to build a little bit of extra distance. There's going to be the alert coming into play, gives you a little bit of extra aura reading. Moving into our 4 lane here, Jinxie with a really good time. Already at 1.5 minutes here. This is a really good start. Do keep in mind, though, of course, not only do you have the ability to get hit with the low pro currently, but even just an M1 melee attack would also result in a down. Very sharp turn. However, Jinxie does take things wide, moving back to the window space, swing and a miss at the pallet space from the Billy here. Now approaching 2 minutes. Our survivors have come out to play today. We're talking about 2 chases. We're talking about what, essentially almost 3.5 minutes worth of chase time thus far between the two. And there's the down. 2 minutes, 11 seconds here from Jinxie to really come out and set the pace. That was impressive. Also, I just want it to be perfectly known that if Lil Bros throws, that is my little brother, so I am allowed to pick on him. All right, I don't want anybody else that's signing up for the 1v1 to think that just because I pick on Bros, I'm gonna do that with you. We just love Bros around here. Looks like we're all ready to go here, though. I'm gonna go ahead and get on board with our homie. All right. All right, so interesting oh, no. Well, Lil Bros, he did say 10 seconds max, so to be fair, we are gonna see lining it up on the Claudette here. This is a good point here. I am getting in my ear. Last time we saw Steve was playing against an EU Billy. Keep in mind here, we are potentially, oh no! We are going to be potentially seeing Ping play an issue as we are currently, going to be playing against a NA to EU connection. Now going to be seeing the Shack pallet thrown, working towards, it looks like we've got a short wall jungle gym, should be able to make it around here. Nice mind game to be able to create a little bit of extra distance here. I'm sorry, not short wall, this is a long wall jungle gym. We can still use this around here. Unfortunately for Robros, his time will be removed off of the board here, moving up to 50 seconds here in this chase is Steve. We've removed a couple of our resources here. This is a nice little filler pallet if you want to use it. Actually, back-to-back nice filler pallets here for Steve. Going to be going into this chase. We used the back of the 2, now moving into a TNL. Of course, the TNL not going to be as strong as it could be against some of your traditional like M1 killers. I think we might have just seen Jackuchan getting lost in the sauce. Back towards Steve, though, trying to cut him off into the pallet space. Steve is going to work their way around, though. Really patient looping here shown from Steve. Definitely understand why they're known for having some very strong 1v1s, able to cut right back on the inside after the M2 was missed. Able to get right back across, though, before an M1, so that does mean still does have both health states. Should be able to make it to this pallet up here in front of the gas station that's on the truck here. Gonna be able to see, though, working back around, has been able to get the whole rotation around. Should be able to make one more rotation. Actually working this side of the car is huge because it makes a little bit more than just a straight line for the Billy to be able to work, so it makes it a little bit more distance here. And of course, since we have the door in the front, that means the door's blocking on the back, so you get a very easy fast vault over to this side. Looks like we're gonna go ahead and see the vault from our Billy here. Seeing a whole bunch of correct loops. Already seeing right now, taking over the first place spot is Steven. moving in, or is Steve? I said Steven. Now moving into the garage though, and you see, forcing a collision onto the back of the truck. This is going to give Steve the room to be able to rotate back to the front here. Going to be able to go to the truck here, and now we're going back to this little filler. I don't want to call it a Z because, of course, with the hook here, gives it a little bit of more of an awkward shape on the one side here. But Steve really right now just abusing this main building. I don't think we've thrown a pallet anywhere around the main building. We're gonna see. I think we might have gotten just a little bit greedy not throwing that one. We're gonna see Steve now moving towards the back door. I think at this point you've got to throw this. Yo, you are playing with fire, Steve. But we got to keep in mind, this was the type. Get stuck, stupid, says Steve. That's huge. That's big distance here for Steve to be able to break away. Gets all the way around main building. This is huge here. We're now at the 3.5 minute mark, and we have not even changed the health state once. If y'all need some tips and tricks on how to loot in a 1v1 scenario, I think Steve has a post up on Fiverr or something. If not, they probably should. You see out here, school is in session, working around the backside of our main building. This is big here. Now going to be able to move into the main part of the map, into the middle. I don't think we've used any of our pallets around here. I think we threw that pallet just a little bit early. I think Steve was hoping to find the forehead of our Billy. Unfortunately, our Billy not going to be able to find connection. Steve going to leave this tile. This is big because we've got big distance as we move around this big tile that is the wall of the cars here. And actually we see moving all the way back and around. The only problem is once we get to this tile, if we use this tile's pallet space, once this is gone, you have to go back the other way. You have to keep in mind, we've already thrown shack pallet. I think we threw the one in the 4 lane. I could be wrong. There's the down here. 4 minutes, 33 seconds. Taking spot number 1 is Steve. Now, it might not be the 9-minute mark, but that's a very, very tough mark to set. We see Rocket using Dead Hard with the Spine Chill. And here we are. Off we go here. And it looks like trying to play things safe, able to bait the Billy at least around here. I think should be able to make this window here with, actually able to bait things around, makes 1 revolution around, doesn't pre-throw the pallet just quite yet. Is going to be able, it gets done, stupid. Plus 10 wood to the face, applied by Demon Time Rocket. Our friend Rocket here is going to be moving into our jungle gym. Of course, you are not allowed to use the hatch in a 1v1. We're trying to see how long you can go, and of course that would just be ending the chase, so that would be kind of pointless. We do see working around. Of course, one thing that is worth noting, working around the hatch could be kind of tough for both sides because it kind of muffles the footsteps, makes it a little bit harder to hear. And of course, now with the step through on the window there, we are going to be seeing the bamboozle coming out. I believe Rocket not going to throw the pallet this time. Interesting. Instead, working the way back around, I think we are going to be seeing Jackuchan possibly lining up for a curve. Unfortunately, finding a connection on to the fire barrel here. So that is going to give more time for Rocket here. Keep in mind, the longer we stay at this tile and burn time, that is more time that we are not using other tiles elsewhere on the map, using other pallets. That means those pallets are available later in this chase. Now going to be able to get the vault through. Our friend Billy here is a vaulter that is also named Walter, coincidentally enough. Now going to be working through the pallet space here, trying to set up for the curve. Not going to be able to find connection, actually getting plus 10 wood like the Minecraft style out here, trying to farm for our next building here. That's not what we do in chase, unfortunately. Going to be finding the L tile here with the truck and the car. We do have the pallet. It's a nice little pallet to work with. We saw a very nice attempt at a curve from our Billy. Not going to be able to find a connection. Now sitting at 2 minutes and about 10 seconds into this chase. So still needing to go about twice this time if we're wanting to take the first place spot. Now going to go quickly through the gas station, keeping in mind once we see the vault through, that is going to block that windows for 20 seconds. thanks to the bamboozle here, and going to be continuing to work around the pallet space. Oh, gets done, stupid. Able to play patient, able to make connection. That's going to buy you. Oh, but we almost saw a connection, Rocket. I tell you what, having a chainsaw getting that close to your backside will turn your sphincter into a sinker real quick. And instead, though, playing very patient, even still through this loop here. And we are going to see a pallet, this time not going to be able to make a connection as far as for the stun, so not going to be able to make as much distance. Here is Rocket now sitting around the 3-minute mark, going back through the main building. You're going to be able to play a little bit more patient. Keeping in mind we have not yet broken this breakable wall. Doubling back through the window is Rocket. There's going to be the bamboozle coming into play. If I were Jackuchan, I would have turned around and at least broken that wall at this point. Really right now working against them in this loop, but I think Rocket has got them, you know, a little bamboozled in their own right. And I'm not talking about the perk, because Rocket right now building distance out here, gumping it, just started running across the map. We are going to see the short wall here with the jungle gym. Should be able to be used and burn quite a bit of time here as far as in this loop. There's going to be the bamboozle though to come out. That is going to shut down as far as the amount of, oh, I was going to say the usefulness of the loop, but the M1, I think that's the pressure starting to show in the nerves because of the very nice patient looping from Rocket here. Rocket going to be able to make one more revolution around, able to make it back to our filler pallet. Over here as well, we are now past the 4-minute mark. We only got to keep this thing going for 30 seconds to take the #1 spot from Steve, our former champion. And we have this filler pallet, and we are going to be able to rotate back to main if we were to be able to land the stun. 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Hey, let's go. Now into this chase. We're talking about 10 seconds away from first place, taking down the champion. Rocket with nerves of steel right now, just continuing to work around, holding close, making sure that they're, oh, gets done, stupid. That's big. That's going to be big distance for Rocket here. Rocket now moving into the first place spot. However, you want to remember that we still have this pallet down. This is going to be time for Rocket. Rockets, though, now going to be forced into a decision. I believe most of this corner has been turned into a dead zone. However, the M1 is going to give Rocket the burst of speed needed to be able to break from this corner. Extends this chase. 5 minutes and counting. This is huge. We've actually got the long wall window. This should be able to be made by Rocket now. 5 minutes and almost 15. So playing things close there. Really playing things close, but of course expecting a little bit of extra help from the spine. Still trying to make the curve is Jackuchan, feeling the pressure. 5.5 minutes into this chase, talking about the juice coming out right now from Rocket here, able to just continue to show nerves of steel, playing so patient. No need to comp drop, no need to pre-drop. Gets done, stupid. Getting again the stun to be able to get more separation. Rocket just putting on a clinic right now. Gonna be seeing here, hugging the rock tight, able to get back around. We're talking about 5 minutes. 50 seconds worth of chase time, and really we haven't even used but half the map. I don't think Rocket has the opportunity to get across the map, although that would be huge if you could. Oh, this could be big. Should at least be able to make this way to the window. I believe we've already used the Shag pallet, so that's not going to be available. Right now, Rocket out here really striving for that sponsorship from Adidas. That way he can get the sweatbands for the next tournament. This guy's sweating out here. The juice. Oh my goodness gracious. 6 minutes, 25 seconds. Keep in mind Steve's time on the last time, which is our record thus far for EA, was 9 minutes and 8 seconds. So about 2.5 more minutes. We're gonna be sitting right around that mark here. We still have a filler pallet here. Demon doing 360s for celebration. Sitting here around the filler pallet, man. Honestly, when you talk about these filler pallets for Rocket thus far, has gotten really good RNG. I mean, all of them having these elongated sides, the one with the 2 rocks with the tree on the one side, being able to really put the pressure down onto the Billy here. And I mean, so much juice, and you know, I don't want to be that guy. Oh, able to get the down here though. 7 minutes, 5 seconds. That was absolutely phenomenal. Holy cow. Rocket coming in. That was... sheesh. Wow. Come in here and show them Australia things. Look, maybe next time, Barn. Next time. I'm down. You let me know. Yeah. All right, and here we go. We've got Fruit starting off here. Fruit loves Ducky, not to be confused with Ducky7716, just so we're all clear, because I know we have 2 Duckies in chat. Although that would be kind of cool, because I don't know if they've ever actually played together. We do see, though, sticking around the shack. We've seen this be a pretty common strategy from our survivors thus far. And unfortunately, with our Billy being a vaulter, also named Walter, we are going to be seeing this window does become blocked off. There's going to be the M1 here, or not the M1, but the low pro hit. Same as an M1, right? A health state change. Now going to be moving into the middle of the map. Not going to be able to get connection here. Fruit now moving towards our filler palette here in the middle. Of course, a lot of our tiles kind of have this elongated side on the one end, right? Now going to be actually moving back towards the gas station. I feel like a lot of our survivors are going to be trying to spend as much time as possible here at the gas station. A lot of pallets, a lot at your disposal, especially depending on what kind of hookup you get from RNGs. Is trying to go from the curve. Oh, I don't think you needed that dead hard, unfortunately, using a very, very valuable resource here. And now going to be moving into the back. That is another pallet thrown. I think maybe might have been thrown just a tad bit early, but definitely understand wanting to play things a little bit closer to the chest here, especially since we have already gotten our 1 health state change very, very early. Now, though, a little bit of a dead zone here out front of our gas station. I think we've got 1 more pallet here, or 2 pallets here kind of next to each other. However, we've got to keep in mind the pallet at Shack has already been thrown, so you've kind of got to figure out a way. Oh, with the M1 to get the down there, 1 minute and 50 seconds. Not going to be able to top our 3rd place spot, but still a very respectable run. Nonetheless here from Fruit, 1 minute and 50 seconds. L coming in with that combo with the dead hard with the spine chill like we have seen previously here. All right, here we go. Oh, there's the hatch. GG, easy. All right, going to be working our way around here. I'm going to be interested to see how quick we throw it. Going to be seeing a very early throw here from L. It looks like L is going to have, what is this, a short wall jungle gym? Yeah, a short wall jungle gym here that we can work. Actually leaving the jungle gym, I think is a really smart move. I mean, we saw from Rocket, oh, how much value you would be able to get from some of these filler pallets. So if you can play around these a little bit and then work our way back to that short wall, that could be beneficial. It does look like we've got short walls back to back, big swing. That is going to be a miss here. So that is going to be now moving into 45 seconds here. And it looks like might have been able to get Jackuchan a little lost in the sauce. Is L working our way around? That is going to be an M1 though. That M1, I think we probably should have used that to build some distance. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case here. So with that being the case, you really need to make sure you can get true value out of this pallet. And unfortunately, just simply a throw where a low pro hit can close the distance is not going to be the case. You need to get big value right now out of your dead hard. We see trying to be slick, but there's the down. 1 minute and 20 seconds here. All right, here we go. Yapazin off here. It looks like we're going to be going with the alert with the dead hard. Again, keeping in mind that the alert helps, especially with those low pro hits when they happen to go through the pallet space. Nice curve here. And it does look like Jackuchan starting to get those curves back into control. Our survivors might want to take notes of that. And they, trying to get the curve back around here this time. Not going to be able to make a connection, though, in this case. Now back around. Oh, this is a pretty tight curve. I'm not sure if that's exactly what I'd be wanting to work with here. I really like this decision, though, right now from Japazin to go ahead and move back towards the main building. Instead of waiting around that filler pallet and throwing that, instead, moving back and, really good work. Being able to, that way you can move back towards the middle of the map and have that filler pallet for later, right? Now going to be using wrapping around this filler pallet. No way. Lost in the sauce. Japazin with the mind game, able to create some big distance. But of course, now working around the outside of the main building, there isn't too far to go here, is Jackuchan. Sorry about that, chat. I thought I hit my mute button. Apparently I didn't. But Jackuchan now going to be dropping this pallet here in front of the main building. Not the one that's right in front by the actual gas pumps itself, but the other one by the car here. And now going to be seeing able to build some more distance is Jackuchan. A minute and a half in. Almost a minute and 40 seconds. And I feel like, honestly, Jackuchan been serving the juice here. A lot of loops that have come from playing the loop tight and getting our killer here to play overzealous and not having to throw the pallet. Get stunned, stupid, says Jackuchan. Plus 10 wood to the face here. Now going to be able to cause a little bit of extra distance, forces the break, able to get back to Shaq here. Do keep in mind, Shaq pallet is still up and available. Nice move here to be able to avoid the curve. Now going to be seeing Shaq pallet thrown. Now at this point, moving back into the middle of our map here. 2 minutes, 17 seconds, at least has secured the third place slot. Now going to be moving back towards our main building though. Actually not even going for the main building, going back for our filler pallet. Actually a little bit closer to this opposite corner where we really haven't seen much chases at all through the course of the event thus far here. So going to be interesting to see here. You do still have both health states. Do still also have a dead heart available if you happen to get injured without being downed here. Jackuchan though, now at this point going to need to be able to find some retreat here into the main building. Unfortunately not going to be able to find a connection here. Going through the window, should now probably hope to make it to the filler pallet, because I think we've already used this pallet that's right in front of us here. Yeah, also the pallet that's in front of the gas station here. Jackuchan's gonna have a Billy right on their rear ends here shortly, trying to get the curve, not quite able to get the connection is Jackuchan. Now going to be seeing our pallet drop onto the backside. 3 minutes 20 seconds here as far as for this run. Doing a really good job. Now still needing about another minute and 10 seconds if you're wanting to move up into spot number 2. And then you're looking to still have to double that if you're wanting, well actually double what you're at now if you're wanting to take spot number 1. So Jackuchan has a lot to still move into that first place spot. But if we think about the resources still available on the map, still has a lot at their disposal here. Probably should throw this pallet. Oh, get stunned, stupid. That's going to be big here. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to make it back around to that window before it is uncovered. The M1 here is going to be big for Jackuchan, though. This is going to allow Jackuchan to be able to make some big distance, to be able to get across to this corner of the map where we really haven't seen any chase being taken. Interesting to see, though, going into the shack and then back to this corner where we've already used some of our resources. We do still have a filler right here. Arrow, this Billy is NA East. We are going to be seeing a pallet thrown here. Nice pallet thrown, avoids the M1. Jackuchan, though, I don't know if you're going to be able to make it to any more pallets. You really don't have much around here. You've got this one pallet in front of you. You've got a Billy starting to wind things up. Oh my goodness gracious. Feeling the pressure. Jackuchan, though, got nerves of steel, fakes the window, forces the swing and the miss. 4 minutes, 44 seconds. Now into the second place spot is Jackuchan here. Now working around the pallet space. And we are going to see, trying to get the mind game nice down, though. 4 minutes, 55 seconds. All right, let's get things started here. All right. Oh, we see the very quick step through the window here. Oh, this isn't good. Oh, able to body block the pallet space, though. This isn't good. Not like this. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no. Very quick down here. All right, let's get things started here. Emmanuel actually breaking away from Shaq first. I'm going to be interested to see if that means we're going to be seeing Shaq being looped back later and being used for their disposal at a later time during this. Actually going straight to main building. Of course, main building on gas heaven. Pretty strong tile here for the survivors. We're actually going to be seeing the low throw it. Very nice curve around to be able to get the M1 here. And It is going to be worth noting, of course, there is a dead hard that can be used, but I don't think Emmanuel was expecting the curve to be landed there. Might be a little out of their wits at this point in time. Going to be trying to go for the curve is Jackuchan. We see holding the rev. Going to be able to see, though, Emmanuel able to build some distance. Not even worrying about throwing the pallet here. Actually going to be holding Shift W, just out here gumping it, trying to make it to the next pallet. The only problem is, now at this point, you have forced yourself to the back side of main, and really the only place you have is the window, but I don't think you make it to the... Oh, makes it to the pallet here, showing some patience. I think might have been able to make it if we had started revving our chainsaw for the Billy, but instead now rotating to the front of our gas station. We do still have this pallet here in play. As far as for Emmanuel, we do see able to close the distance. Not going to be able to get an actual tag, though. Moving to our filler pallet right here. Now going to be able to make at least one revolution. Able to bait out the swing and the miss. So, of course, the swing and the miss. Extra time, extra distance. Another revolution around this pallet space. That means less time that you are using other resources. We're going to see trying to go for the curve. Not quite going to be able to get it there. Now still staying at this tame. Oh! Pallet space gets done, stupid, says Emmanuel here. Able to get back to the front of main building, trying to get the curve at the door, not going to be able to land it. I think right now, though, playing a little bit with a fire. We got to keep in mind, we've already used a couple of our pallets on the front side here. And I don't know if we'll be able to make it back to our window space here. We do, of course, still have the pallet space right in front of the gas station. Nice dead hard to be able to get back into the gas station itself here. Going to be seeing the pallet now getting thrown, trying to get the low pro hit. Not going to be able to get connection, but at least be able to minimize the distance built by Emmanuel. Now sitting at 2 minutes and 36 seconds, needing to get to 4:33 if you're wanting to knock Steve off the leaderboard and take at least the third place spot here. Now moving into the middle of our map. Emmanuel here going to be able to get onto the other side. That pallet being down here does work into your favor here. You can kind of use that to create a little bit of distance, actually doubling back. Unfortunately, though, we do notice that Jackuchan was able to recognize that, actually able to shut down the chainsaw, minimizes the amount of distance on the double back, gets the down here, 3 minutes and 2 seconds. Not going to be enough time here to move Steve off the board, but a very, very respectable time nonetheless. Anyways, here we're going to see, oh, and let me make sure we switch over here. We always like to hang on board with our survivor during this here. Going to be seeing Dwight Main here going into the shack, actually hanging tight. Oh, already getting it down here. Dwight Main, 12 seconds. Really nice curve. GG's. All right, there's the sprint burst here to make some distance. Looks like we're actually going to be moving away from the shack here right off the rip, which is interesting. I feel like we have seen everyone either not use shack, or not, if they don't use shack pallet, they kind of use one of those fillers right off the rip, and instead going to the opposite side of our... Oh my goodness gracious. Able to avoid the M2 there. Oh, gets stunned, stupid, says Seabass, says Bazzy. Now going to be moving into the middle of the map. Unfortunately, though, that is a chainsaw onto the backside there. 35 seconds. But hey, you know what, though? I just want to say big shout out seeing people showing up and showing out from all regions here in our 1v1. All right, and here we go. Gonna be seeing a very early pallet throw, which is interesting. I feel like we've seen a couple people like do like one like rotation around before they throw the pallet, but instead going with the early throw. Very interesting here. I think that's because, you know, Cheese was intending to move over here to our main building side of our map. It's interesting how consistently we have had this sort of setup that we're looking at right now when we talk about the open door on the front side, which then leads into, oh, the closed door on the backside with the window. Cheese, though, 40 seconds here. All right, I think Arrow waiting for the 1v1. Oh, okay. I like this strategy. I see what you do there. So instead of like, you know, having to hold your sprint burst, you just... Oh, just gets through the window here. Just avoiding the chainsaw. I thought that was going to be really quick run here. Arrow actually just had it timed perfectly. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no, not like this. Getting caught out of position. All right, so this is Syndicate Billy versus Syndicate Billy. All right, interesting to see the premonition coming out here from Philly. Ooh, not going to be able to get the... Oh, I think we are in trouble. Able to bait out a little bit of a curve, able to miss with the M2. Now, though, going to be working the long portion here of the wall. Now going back towards the pallet itself. I think you can get one more revolution around. Oh, except for now, we are going to be seeing the chainsaw coming. Oh, with the nice curve from Jackuchan. That's it. That's curtains. That's a wrap. And if for any reason you're wanting to, if something comes up and you have to back out, exclamation point, back out, just to leave the queue so we can keep things going. Going to be seeing Rompy here, moving into the shack, able to avoid the low pro hit. A little bit of use of the, I really like the use of the gen there, honestly, for a little bit of extra defense, but we are going to see now working back into the shack. Oh, no. Oh, the M1. Not going to be able to make a connection. That window does get blocked, though, which means Rompy's going to have to go elsewhere. Cutting things really close. Nice body block, though, by our Billy to be able to prevent the pallet throw. Now be able to make one revolution around. Actually going to be moving into the middle part of our map here. And we got a couple of these nice filler pallets in the middle of the map that can, as we've seen throughout the course of the day, can be really beneficial to our survivors, right? Now going to be moving towards the front of our main building, actually towards the back of the main building, I should say. And I think we should be able to make the, oh, not going to be able to make the window. Does do a good job, however, is going to be able to block the window. Now going to be able to get the M1. Rompy is going to use that burst of speed to make it around the building one more time, to be able to at least get to the backside here. But as we've seen Jackuchan do countless times here, being able to break down that back wall while being able to minimize the distance made around the backside of the building. Now going to be working around this pallet. Right now going to be having to show some patience here. Does break the, as far as the actual revving of the chainsaw to try and block the pallet space. Two wild swings. Not able to find a connection. Now sitting around 1 minute and 50 seconds. So we're about a little less than halfway to being on to our leaderboard. Still sitting here at the main building. We got to keep in mind, we really haven't used really any of our map other than our main building. That's going to be a big swing and a miss. Oh, and now going to be able to get the connection. 2 minutes, 9 seconds here from Rompy. All right, and here we go, getting things started. Again, seeing this time, does look like our Claudette is going to opt to go away from the shack first. We've seen either immediate shack drops. We've seen some people do a revolution or two around the shack before dropping the shack pallet. I do like the idea, though, and it does seem that some of our longer runs have been kind of not using that resource right away, but instead of linking it in longer later in the chase, if my memory serves me right. Actually, I may be lying on that very first M1 coming into play here, because I think actually Rocket might have used Shack for a little bit first, but then used a lot of time up here at main. But going to be seeing now, not only after the first health state change, but now actually going to be breaking that building. Oh, actually able to catch the Claudette. A little overextended. Has already broken down this wall, though, so might be able to at least work around this main building just a little bit easier here. And we're now sitting about the 1 minute mark. We still got 3.5 to go here if you're wanting to get a top 3 placement in today's event, because we have had people serving up the juice. this afternoon and evening here. We're going to be working in the middle of the map. This is a nice pallet to work around. Has that similar shape and size that we've seen a lot of our survivors be able to use. Oh, and unfortunately getting caught out of position. And that is going to spell the end of that loop here in the list. That's actually going to be for that. So we do still have one other very strong, I should say strong. We have a bunch of strong 1v1ers here. We've seen a whole bunch of great chases, honestly. We see the pallet here in chat going down relatively early. Now, of course, going to be moving into this little L filler that we see quite a few of here on Gas Heaven. I think we're going to be seeing our Billy mind-gaming themselves just a little bit. Getting lost in the sauce here. Harfordy now going to be moving into our jungle gym here. We do have the long wall jungle gym. This could be good, but of course, we got to keep in mind there is a bamboozle in play here. So, of course, that window now going to be blocked off for 20 seconds. I think, oh, no, you're not going to want that. That's going to be a low pro hit. That is going to be a health state change, but that does, of course, give you a burst of speed here. Allows you to get across the map, get more central map here. We've got a bunch of these filler pallets. Of course, we can still also go to the main building if we want to. Oh, but that's going to be the down through the pallet space. Not sure if we greeted or maybe if just happened to miss hit and didn't happen to hit our space button when we were looking to pull that thing down, but really nice curve. That is huge. Yeah, we saw one person earlier. It's interesting, we haven't seen really anybody 99 or use the Fearmonger. We saw somebody do the 99 tech with a sprint burst earlier, but otherwise haven't really seen anything else as far as that goes. Moving thing around this tile, though. Ephemeral showing some patience. Hasn't thrown the pallet just quite yet. 30 seconds hanging around this tile. Keep in mind, we haven't thrown Shack pallet either. So, we have the ability to rotate back to that. Not going to be able to find the curve here. Is our Billy Boy now going to be breaking our pallet, which is of course going to break the Bloodlust, which is also going to allow our Nia here to build a little bit of extra distance. Gets to this next filler pallet, tries to drop the pallet, not going to be able to get the stun. Now moving towards the main building, but before going to the main building, however, goes to the Z tile that we've seen so many people use to be able to buy a lot of time on the front side of our gas station here. I think here, not going to even try and go for the M1. Going to try and see if maybe we can set up the low pro curve. Not going to be the case, however. And since we do run into the truck, that does cause a little bit longer of a cooldown, causes more distance to be made. And now even more distance with the light here. Ephemeral's got a whole middle building between them and the Billy. We see the Billy, though, does do the right thing, gets to the corner, tries to find scratch marks, doesn't see it. Can anticipate that Arnia is on the backside of our building here. A minute and a half into our chase here now at this point. And we see, again, honestly, our Billy keeps doing a good job when working around the main building. When there's a lot of distance made, they use their M2 ability just to close the distance. Not really going for anything too crazy. It sounds like we're about to be getting close to our overheat mechanic, but with the low pro gets a hit. So that means now even just a simple M1 will result in a down here. So now going to have to be playing just a little bit more careful. And we are going to be seeing actually moving now more back towards chat. Going to be moving over to this side of our wall. We've got at least the one filler pallet here that we're going to be able to get to. Work our way along the... this is one of these tiles that we've seen a lot of our survivors being able to buy a lot of time against our Billy. I think overextends. Probably didn't need to drop that pallet, actually. A little unfortunate, because I feel like you probably actually could have made another revolution around and kept distance. Trying to get the hit there is our Billy with the low pro. Not able to make a connection. Now going to be sitting in about 2 minutes and 45 seconds. However, though, hit through the window. All right, here we go. We've got Jonah going here. Jonah gaming. You love to see the Jonah outfit. Looks like we're going to be seeing the bamboozle coming through here, which is going to cause Ninja to need to break away from this tile. We see a quick 180 trying to hide which way we're going to be coming with the curve there. I like the slow vault. Nice play here. Woo! And actually, we can see here, Jackuchan thought we were going to be seeing another double back through the window. Ended up running into it with the chainsaw. Now going to be working through. Oh, gets stunned, stupid, says Ninja. Plus 10 wood to the face. But since the pallet wasn't broken right away, Ninja going to be able to stay at the tile at least temporarily here. And now we're going to be seeing moving towards the middle. Oh, caught out in the middle. Ninja, though, with a nice dodge here. Able to play it careful. M1, though, get behaviored, big boy. Unfortunately, that is going to be a health state change. That does mean a simple M1 will now put Ninja onto the ground. Going to need to play things careful. We got to keep in mind this jungle gym here. We have already thrown this pallet, right? So we are now going to move to this down tile here. Nice curve around. Nice play by Jackuchan in order to be able to get the down. That was absolutely beautiful. All right, given the kneel. Now things start. Our third place finisher here from our last events. Olhav here. The monster, as I saw someone refer to him in chat. Oh, unfortunately, though, getting caught out of position. Oh. And I think that's going to be a chat. Not like this. Oh. Going to be seeing the pallet drop early from Kate here. Now moving into the mid map. Oh, I thought there for a second that Billy had gotten lost, was trying to look for the scratch marks. Do you see though, Kate Cook now moving around. This, of course, these killer pallets in the middle of Gas Heaven can be quite favorable to the survivors here. I mean, even though we have seen our killer here, Jackuchan, hit quite a few curves. Oh, nice curve there though with the low pro chain in order to get the health state change. And oh, no, go for the curve there. Not going to be able to get it, but at least going to be able to minimize the distance. Going to have to try and mind game around this powder. Maybe even try and go for a low pro hit. Not going to be able to get the curve. I think, unfortunately, got caught on the side view mirror there. Now I'm going to be taking the ball. I really like that play. Really smart play with the double back with the slow ball. Really good eye, though, by Jackuchan here in order to catch that double back, even with no sound notification, to minimize the distance that was able to be made here by Kate. Now going to be... Oh, okay, was able to tuck just in the right spot to be able to avoid the curve here. However, we do got to keep in mind we still have quite a bit of time until we're looking at starting to contend for that top 3 position, because we have seen some people really bringing out the juice on this very beautiful Friday evening. There's the low pro hit. Tried to minimize the distance that was built, but Kate actually doubling back towards the mid portion of our map here. And we're going to see, oh, actually, I really like this play there. Trying to use the truck to break your line of sight. Try and be able to build a little bit of extra distance here. There's going to be the cooldown as well. We've got to keep in mind, we do see down there in the bottom right-hand corner, there is a dead hard that could be used to extend this chase if necessary. Swing, meta, swing, meta. That's going to be a swing and a miss by our Billy. Now going to have the cooldown off of our chainsaw. Tries to get the curve. I think the dead hard was indeed necessary there to avoid the down. It extends the chase just a little bit longer here. Now sitting around that 226 mark, but even with it being that long of a loop, needing to double that here if we're wanting to get on to our top 3 leaderboard. You can see though, with the windows of opportunity, we do still have quite a few resources, not only here in the main building, but along the backside. That pallet is still up here as well. Now with that pallet being dropped, I think Billy here is going to be forced to try and pay attention to the window. Nice mind games here from Kate to be able to build extra distance. If you are wanting to join in, if you're watching and you're wanting to take a loop in the fog, use exclamation point sign up in chat here. As we see Kate, oh, minimizes the distance. Now able to get to the pallet though here. Really good play by Kate. Now at the 3 minutes 22nd mark here, and we are going to see here, honestly, a really nice patience by Kate by showing and by this display of patience. This is actually going to prolong this chase even longer, at least until that mark right there. Syndicate, though, of course, being a name that people in the community know as, you know, a pretty strong set of billies. So to be seeing some of these people coming up, I mean, top 3 times, all being above 4.5 minutes. Honestly, very, very impressive. Oh my goodness gracious. Take that with you, the M1 through the window. Sheesh. You are going to see, though, a very quick drop of the pallet here. Going to buy a little bit of time. We're going to see a little bit of mind gaming coming out. Nice moonwalk and a slow ball here as well from Roy B to be able to go through the inside of our shack. Now going to be moving into the mid part of our map here. Does sound like from our heartbeat, does sound like Jackuchan has been able to relocate and navigate and be able to track down our survivor. Unfortunately, finding a connection on the backside, swing and a miss, trying to collect +10 wisp like we were playing Minecraft out here. Unfortunately, DVD don't work like that, big boy. Gonna be working around one more revolution. We do see though going for the curve, a very nice down. Jackuchan farming some of these clips with these beautiful downs. Really impressive, honestly. All right, and away we go. A very quick step through the window here. Oh, not going to be able to find a connection here. First, going to be able to make it back towards our shack. Once we make it through the pallet space, window might be unblocked. If not, we're just going to have to do what it do and do exactly that. Avoid it real quick. We also got the nice spin one more time, though. Jackuchan stepping through with the right foot, going to be able to block that thing off with the bamboozle. We are going to be seeing a pallet throw. First, going to be moving now back towards our main building here. We have seen a lot of our juicer runs be able to waste a whole lot of time up here towards main, but we actually see not even moving into main just quite yet. I mean, kind of understandable, right? Not even at a minute yet into this chase, needing to at least get to that 435 mark if we were wanting to get into that top 3. Does look like now at least going to make it to our pallet space here. Keep in mind, we have seen our killer here, Jackuchan, hit a couple of curves right on the backside of first. Not going to be able to find connection here. First, now going to be moving into the main building here. Now into the actual loop. Actually going to be able to build some big distance. Kind of interesting, if I can be quite honest, to see our killer opt to go for the vault instead of the, we've seen them go for the low pro hit quite a few times to break the door. I would imagine that's what we will see. Oh no, that's actually not what we're going to see, time. This could be trouble. That's actually a little bit of an overcommitment by first, and that is going to be a down at the 137 mark, right in a pallet space. That's a big old feels bad, bro. All right, a quick step through the window here. That's going to be tough here. We go, oh, but a nice spin to be able to avoid the chainsaw. Now going to be seeing the pallet drop here. That is going to allow Robin to move up towards the middle of our map here. And actually more rotating to the back side of the main, which is kind of interesting here if we're... Oh! We're going to see here now moving through and actually working to the backside of our gas station. Oh, that's going to be a break. Oh, now working to the backside here. Oh, not able to get the curve here. This right now sitting about a minute up through our actual chase here. Robin doing a good job. We haven't used too many of our pallets thus far. Now trying to go for the curve, not going to be able to find a connection. Robin now working back around. I would imagine going to be, oh, I thought it was going to work back more onto the car side there. Since it's not quite like a straight line, makes it a little bit harder there. Plus you have the area to tuck into if you need. We see the curve coming around, not quite going to be able to find a connection. That is going to be Robin now making the jump into the middle. Oh, we see a nice backstep by the Billy here to be able to avoid the pallet stun. Nice patience. Now, Robin is going to be taking this aggro back into the middle of our map here. And oh, tries to find the connection. This is going to be interesting here because right now, oh, okay, not going to be able to find a connection here. This is going to be keep going all the way around. We do have, this is one of these tiles that is kind of tough to curve around because it's a little bit more elongated. Now going to be seeing the M1. I honestly thought the M1, once you swung around, would have been a good decision to go ahead and start revving your chainsaw and at least block the pallet space. But maybe feeling a little bit of the pressure here from Robin. Robin showing nerves of steel thus far. And I think giving our killer here just a little bit of fits. Robin's serving the juice right now. 2 minutes, 25 seconds. Oh, get behaviored, unfortunately. That is going to cause you to be able to get a little bit of distance here with the speed burst. I'm not sure, though, if you're going to be able to make it to the window. We're going to see the dead hard to be able to at least make it to the window there. Not sure if the spine shield bought you enough time or if it was just enough time even without it. But this is just a 4-lane. Going to be kind of tough to work around this. We are going to see trying to zone out is the Billy. Not going to be able to really get anything down over here. We have another filler pal. This is another one of those elongated ones, right? Where it's got the 2 rocks plus the tree in the middle. This is one of those where if you've got patience the way that Robin has shown and the ability to read and react to that red stain, you can really mind game those tiles. 3 minutes, 16 seconds moving back over to this portion here. And we do got to keep in mind that there is still one more tile that we can move into here. There is still a pallet here as well. We have already used our dead hard, so that is not available to us here as far as at this point. Oh, not like this. Oh, able to get the stun. Is the Nia gets stun stupid, says Robin. Oh, now going to be able to actually double back. Makes it to the pallet. Now less than a minute away from knocking off our #1 placed survivor from the last event, Steven, off of the top 3, unfortunately going down at 3 minutes, 56 seconds. Really good run there. All right, now we see Slow getting things off to a start here. We're going to be seeing a quick vault here to make sure that we've got everything rocking and ready to go. Very quick pallet throw as far as its shack, which does mean that resource now out of the way for Slow Galeo here. Trying to play it patient, not going to be able to be the case. Does get out of the way, though, and avoids the curve after the low pro hit. So no health state change just quite yet. Trying to go for the curve is Jackuchan, not going to be able to get it there. Actually runs into the tail light. And that is unfortunate. It does allow for Slow just to vibe on the back side of the tailgate, or on the front side of the car, I should say, as Jackuchan was on the tailgate itself. Jackuchan trying to do the 180s here, not going to be able to close the distance. And Slow just doing a really good job of reading and reacting, playing the mind game here. Part of this, I think, is just some nerves of steel. I think part of this is having some experience in these looping sort of scenarios. Kind of interesting to see the M1 come out there. I feel like we still had quite a bit of time until we are back into the pallet space. I think we might have been able to rev up our, but the dead hard to be able to get away from the chainsaw here. That does, of course, mean that that is now out of the way. That is something that Slow will no longer be able to use for the rest of this run here. Back to this filler pallet in the front of the main building that Slow was able to get a lot of value out of earlier. Keep in mind, we've got a couple more vault areas and a couple more pallets still around here on the back side of the main building. Slow now moving into the middle of our map here. 1 minute and 50 seconds into this chase, still needing to essentially double that and some if we're looking to crack into the top 3. Already used the dead hard, already has a health state change. There is a +10 wood added to the face wall. You can imagine Slow saying, get stunned, stupid. Now going to be moving back into the gas heaven, though. Actually into the gas station itself. Trying to play some mind games. Able to bait out the swing. Really good job. I think might have allowed just too much time. And that is going to be Slow going down 2 minutes, 17 seconds. Now going to be getting things started here. Do keep in mind, chat, if you are waiting to get started, make sure you are reading those rules that are in the announcements in the EA Discord. I'll get a command set up for that for future events as well as for this one here. That way moving forward, I just completely forgot here, but now we see Bernal moving in. Also, I was noticing has a third perk. I don't think that really matters. I'll have to double check with Cookie. I'm sure he'll let me know in my ear in a minute, but yeah, and it is, since it is unbreakable, it does again, it looked like they had moved in maybe from a different lobby or something, so they were just maybe meant to take that off as well. It's not something that's going to affect this chase here being unbreakable. Plus 10 wood added to the face, though, here from Bernal. Oh, and that's going to be a down. Nice curve to be able to get the Claudette before the fast vault here. 1 minute, 10 seconds. Really impressive here. All right, looks like we are going to be switching sides here. All right, starting away from the pallet makes me think that Dunder here looking to try. Oh, Dunder. Oh no, Dunder, not like this, Dunder. Oh, Dunder going to be able to avoid the M2, makes the loop right back through, able to get through the window. No bamboozle used yet, which is honestly kind of interesting. Able to avoid the M2 yet again is Dunder. Got them moves like Jagger. Able to move back towards the middle portion of our map here. And we are going to be seeing now we've got this Z tile, the truck that's in front of the gas station gets used quite often. Very strong tile. Not going to be throwing that pallet though just quite yet. Actually going to be leaving that up for when we come back to the front of the gas station. Trying to navigate it is Jackuchan, trying to at least minimize the distance that Dunder's able to make heading back towards the front here. Going for the curve, not quite able to make the connection, so close. And that's one of those things that'll make you tense up real quick. I'll tell you what, now trying to go for another curve, not quite going to be able to find it. 1 minute and 15 seconds into this chase here. Going to be now going back to the window. Should be able to make this with no problems. Going to be seeing that window though now getting bamboozled, and I think for that reason Dunder should probably have go. Oh, really like this play, actually opting to go wide there. That way after going wide you could go back around. Oh, the only bad news is we still have that bamboozle here in play. What? It's okay, fine. It's fine, chat. We figured it out. Everything's fine. Tried to go for the connection. I'm not sure if you're trying to go for that little twofer, trying to get the extra curve after breaking down the breakable wall, but we are going to be seeing Dunder now moving out into the main portion of our map. We've got plenty of resources still available for us out here in this portion of our map as well. Oh, get stunned, stupid, says the Wendy. Moving back into our main building. Going to be able to see as far as from that perk. Going to be getting the aura reading. Lets us know that we're moving back into the main building. Kind of trying to make sure that we keep that distance. Since we have opened up this bigger portion of this loop, and we do still have this pallet here in play, you do still have a lot at your disposal here in the main building. Again, keep in mind that this survivor here, Dunder, this is the survivor that was second in the last 1v1 event, looking to make a mark here as well. But even though we're at 2 minutes and 58 seconds here basically at this point, we would still need a whole nother minute and a half in order to get into the top 3. I do see in chat we have somebody asking as far as for the Billy. I do believe this is a PC Billy. This is an NA Billy. This is one of our Syndicate Billies. So they've got some gameplay and experience to them here, and going to be seeing the bamboozle come out. So I would imagine we are going to be seeing, we are going to be seeing the nice play. Honestly, I thought we were going to get a hit there. I don't know how. Dunder managed to just scoot right on by. I mean, by the pixel. Oh, but there's the down. 3 minutes, 37 seconds. Not going to be enough in order to crack the top 3, but still a very fantastic chase there. If anyone has any suggestions for what kind of killer you would like to see, I know we had seen some people suggesting Huntress earlier, well, maybe something to keep in mind here for us. But if y'all have any other ideas, feel free to drop those in the EA Discord or even in my personal Discord in the suggestion box. Let us know. Ooh, nice health state change with the low pro hit here onto Ocho. Ocho now going to be working through our 4 lane. Ooh. They're not going to be able to get the connection here at the window. And Dwight got the package. Going to be down here. 32 seconds. All right, and we see those bags dropped here. Going to be getting things started. Is our Claudette. Beetle going to be working into the mid portion of the map here early. You're going to be able to see the aura there. We see a lot of people coming in with the alert. It seems like that seems to be very, very popular as far as amongst our big juicers through here. Oh, not quite, finally, not quite able to find the curve. I thought we were about to see Jackuchan hit such an amazing bend around to be able to get the down. Not quite going to be the case. Working around this little L cabinet here, and instead going to be heading out the front end of the main building, heading back in the middle of the map. Beetle actually looking back around. We've got quite a few fillers here we had seen earlier when Beetle had kind of taken a look around before heading to Shack to actually start things off. And we still have Shack pallet here as well. Oh, able to cause a little bit of hesitation. Gets the stun. That's big because that's going to be big distance for Beetle to be able to move back into the middle part of the map. And keeping in mind, we do have a couple of these filler pallets. A couple of nice strong loops you can use and mind game around. And instead, Beetle breaking away over here and heading over. It looks like it's 4 lane that we've got right here. This is the pallet that we're going to be trying to work with here. We're going to be trying to show some patience. Is our killer not quite going to be able to find the connection here? Get stunned, stupid, says Beetle, able to add plus 10 wood to Jackuchan's face in order to be able to build some big distance here. Now able to move to the opposite corner. This is going to be one more pallet at our disposal. It's not a jungle gym or anything, so not the most that we can work around, but we see instead Mind Gaming back actually building big distance here without having to really do anything. However, we want to keep in mind the 4 lane doesn't really offer us too much at our disposal, right? I mean, it does give us the window that we just saw our killer decide to swing through. Not able to find a connection, however. We've also got the pallet space, but once our killer just go ahead and tries a low pro curve here, the pallet's down, the pallet here at Shack's down. This could be tough here. And now going to be seeing Beetle. I mean, moving back to Shack again, keeping in mind, no Shack pallet. Gonna have to make the right play. Just holding W after the vault. Really good play. Oh, we saw the Billy go for the curve, which means Beetle can just shift W, baby. Just out here gumping it. Building big distance. But of course, a Billy and the chainsaw is able to close that distance really quickly here. Now going to be seeing the swing and a miss. 3 minutes now into this chase here. We still need another minute and about 20 seconds here at this point in order to, in order to be able to make the top 3. Also seeing Azriel coming in, able to come in. There's going to be the swing and the miss here as well. One last op into the window here. Man, honestly, Beetle getting a lot out of a little here at the Shack. I mean, Shack hasn't had pallet for a while and continues to get big value out of the window. Now trying to go for the spin, not going to be the case. 346, a very impressive time. I mean, if we're being quite honest, a very impressive time. However, as you can see up in the top left-hand corner there, not going to be enough to crack in to our top 3. All right, now lining up at Shaq. All right, let's get ready to rumble here, chat. Gonna be seeing breaking away from Shaq right away. We do have a short wall jungle gym here that we've got that we can work with. Gonna be seeing the vault quickly here. Oh, unfortunately, losing track of the Billy. That is going to be an M1 very, very early into this chase. Of course, the early M1 really changes things up. That really allows you to, as a Billy, you can play a little bit more aggressive in the sense that you can start kind of swinging at windows and things like that in order to end the chase here. So going to be interesting to see how this one plays out. Jackuchan not going to be able to get the curve here as far as in the Shack. Now going to be going around, not quite going to be able to find the connection. Now moving back towards that jungle gym that we were sitting in earlier here. And we are going to see working our way through here. Oh, it's a nice mind game in order to get the down 57 seconds. Holy cow. That was absolutely... What? All right, here we go, Ducky. Let's get it. Well, that's a really nice curve. Holy cow. G to the G's. Man, the community showing out with a record time of 9.5 seconds so far. Love y'all. Here's an idea that I would love to know from you guys. What would be your opinion if we ran a tournament where literally like the main objective was to see how many head-ons you can get? Thoughts? And everyone was allowed to run head-on. We can actually call the tournament 4 Dwights, 1 Locker and let everyone play 4 different Dwight skins down. All right, here we're going to be seeing a very early vault through here by our ability. That's going to shut down this, playing with fire, jumping into the locker. There's going to be the M1. Of course, the M1 plus also going to be seeing the pallet drop right after. Honestly, kind of an unfortunate pallet drop when you think of the fact that you had already had the M1. Probably could have built distance to this pallet space and saved the pallet for later, but oh, unfortunately going to be finding connection with the side view mirror here, which means we're not going to be able to land that curve. There's going to be the vault. Baby Meg just playing the mind games over here. Oh, and that's going to be the down, unfortunately. Right. Okay, we're going to do the sprint burst thing. Gotcha. I was like, what are we doing here? Using the sprint burst, though, to be able to get out and around. Going to make a full revolution here. Going to be interesting, though, because that table can cause some issues. Oh, just missing, though, onto the backside. This here looks like it's going to be a... Oh, no! Able to get the juke here. Able to get some distance. However, you got to keep in mind, we have already used this pallet. Nice triple vault to be able to get back in to the middle of our map here, though. So now going to be seeing, moving in, we've got a lot of these little Z pallets, right, that we see a lot on this map. These little truck Zs that I like to call them here, and these can be really good to work around. I mean, we have seen Jackuchan hit a couple of these curves, so if I were Kitchen Wench, I would be careful. I wouldn't be getting too cocky out there. But right now, swing and a miss. That's an M1 hit. Now going to be using a little bit of that extra burst of speed. Instead, the time that you could be building distance to drop a pallet. And that might put you in a little bit of a dead zone. Should be able to get to this pallet, though, right here. Another one of these little Z pallets by the trucks. Unfortunately, though, not going to be able to get the curve is our Billy. Again, tries it one more time. I'm not sure if that was hitting something or if that was the overheat kicking in. It sounded like the overheat kicking in, but I'm not 100% sure. That we do see, though, now, I mean, you've got a couple of downed pallets that you can at least work back and forth, maybe be able to make some distance, kind of force a decision by, oh, but a nice curve with the low pro. Holy cow. Alright, the final countdown. Well, that was weird. We like clicked over and still finished doing like the wraparound. Did you see that? That was kind of cool. All right. If we want to crack into the top 3, going to be needing at least a time of 4 minutes and 34 seconds here. If we are wanting to get the $10 prize pool that is being put up here by Cookie and EA for the best time, going to be needing to serve a whole bunch of juice. I'm talking a couple liters of juice. Needing to get 7 minutes and 6 seconds here. Going to be getting the quick vault. Now going to be seeing the pallet dropped here. Kind of interesting to see that we're not right away going into the middle of the map, but instead actually heading towards our jungle gym over here instead. Also not even going there, going into, we got the 1 filler pallet, only 1 in between our 2 jungle gyms over here. Worth noting, whereas sometimes depending on your RNG, you'll see 2 of them trying to go for the curve, not able to hit it, is Jackuchan. Now here, looking to try and see if maybe you can catch Azrael out in the open. Not going to be the case. Azrael now has the pallet down. Going to be able to work with this here. Sitting at about a minute into this loop here. Looking pretty solid, honestly. Haven't even really had any close calls. No swings at a window or anything like that. Looks like might be trying to set up for a curve. Not going to be able to find the connection. Azrael showing a lot of patience. Doing a really good job of reading and recognizing. Now going to be breaking the pallet, though, is our killer here. And it's going to be interesting to see. Now going to be trying to close the distance. And going to be interesting to see what happens here. Now moving in the middle of our map. Oh, trying to get, I wasn't able to get this done. I thought was going to get the low pro hit. Wasn't the case, actually. Still standing strong, 1 minute and 41 seconds. Swings and misses in the pallet space. Honestly, probably could have made another revolution even after the swing and the miss, but definitely understand the kind of the instinct to just go ahead and drop the pallet. Now moving into the main building, we have seen our juicers spend a whole lot of time in this area of the map. Now moving past that 2 minute mark, still needing to essentially double this time plus a little bit more if Azrael was wanting to at least finish top 3. Needing to do a whole bunch more than that if you're wanting to take the top spot, as Rocket is sitting up there at 7 minutes and 5 seconds. Now though, seeing 2.5 minutes. Moving into the main building, we're going to be seeing the bamboos. No, not like this. Oh! Unfortunately, though, running into the wall is our killer. That's going to buy plenty of time for Azrael. Azrael now going into the overheat as well. This is tough. Going to be interesting to see if Azrael's going to be able to continue putting this pressure down, or if maybe the overheat was just enough for Jackuchan to be able to calm down the mental and say, hey, you know what? I got this. I have landed plenty of curves over the last 3.5, almost 4 hours. Again, speaking of, big shout out to Jackuchan. 3.5, 4 hours of 1v1s here. Still going strong, putting on a good show. Here's the M1 onto Azrael. Azrael now, 3 minutes, 18 seconds, 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Might be looking to make a push into our top 3 here. However, we are kind of in a little bit of a dead zone, especially if our Billy is able to catch up over here. Keep in mind, we've already thrown this pallet over in this area. I also think we've thrown the pallet in the jungle gym ahead of us as well. I think this is going to be it. Dead hard to be able to create a little bit more distance, but yep, there it is. 344, a very good run, honestly. 344, a great run, but because we saw Steve at 433. Jap is in at, I just lost my leaderboard here. We're gonna go back here because I just completely lost that. Jap is in at 455, and then Rocket at 705. Now look, I hope you guys had fun. I know I had an absolute blast. Big GG's out all the way around. I know our killer here Jackuchan doesn't stream or doesn't really do Twitter or social media or anything, but again, big shout out. Thank you so much for coming out here, helping us out. I mean, literally almost 4 hours of looping here. And you held it down the entire time. Put on an absolute show. That was absolutely great, guys. It is queued. We've had the queue has been closed here for a little while now. If y'all want to be back, we're gonna be doing another one here in a couple weeks. All right.
If you ain't show stopping, you just don't wanna be me, but you will